Hello students. So students, in today's video of structure of an atom chapter, we are going to talk about Bohr's model of hydrogen atom, postulates of Bohr's atomic theory, results of Bohr's theory, explanation of line spectrum of hydrogen using Bohr's theory, and also its limitations. Now let's start. Bohr's model of hydrogen atom. Children, Bohr's model of hydrogen atom is based on following postulates. Children, while doing so, he used the quantum theory, wave-particle duality of electromagnetic radiation and emission of line spectra of hydrogen. Postulates of Bohr atomic theory are: the electron in hydrogen atom can move around the nucleus in one of the many possible circular paths of fixed radius and energy. These paths are called orbits or stationary states or allowed energy states. These orbits are arranged concentrically around the nucleus in the increasing order of the energy. The second postulate says the energy of an electron in an orbit does not change with time. The electron will move from lower stationary state to higher stationary state if when the required amount of energy is absorbed by the electron. And when an electron is coming from higher energy state to lower energy state 1, it has to emit certain amount of energy, and the energy change does not take place in a continuous manner. Third postulate is the frequency of radiation absorbed or emitted when the transition occurs in between two stationary states that differ by delta E, and this is the following expression where E1 and E2 would be the energies of higher and lower energy states respectively, and this expression is called as Bohr's frequency rule. H is a Planck constant here and nu is frequency. The angular momentum of an electron in a given stationary state or in given orbit can be expressed as mvr equals to nh upon 2 pi. Thus, an electron can move only in those orbits for which an angular momentum is integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. So children, these are the postulates of Bohr. Let's talk about the results of Bohr theory. Bohr theory is used to derive the energy of orbits in hydrogen atom. The results of Bohr theory for hydrogen atoms are: number 1, the stationary state for electron are numbered as 1, 2, 3 and so on, and this is designated by this small n, and this is called as principal quantum numbers. Next thing is the radii of any stationary state can be given by this expression: Rn equals to n square multiplied by a naught. N is principal quantum number and a naught value is for 52.9 picometers. The most important property associated with electron is energy of its energy state, of its stationary state, and this is the expression by which we can calculate energy of an electron, and that is E equals to minus RH multiplied by 1 upon n square, where RH is Rydberg constant, n is principal quantum number, and E is the energy associated. If we are talking about the lowest energy state at the ground state, which is called as ground state, that means we are calculating, energy. The value would be minus 2.18 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 18 joules. For principal quantum number 2, you would get energy minus 0.545 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 18 joules. Children, Bohr theory was applied only hydrogen-like species, which is having only one electron, like helium ion, lithium ion, beryllium ion. These all are the ions having one electron, and the energies of stationary state associated with these species can be calculated by this expression, where En is the energy, Z is atomic number, and N is principal quantum number. And the radii can be obtained by this expression. The relation of the radius, principal quantum number, and atomic number of an atom is Rn equals to 52.9 n square upon Z. Now children, the last point is velocity of electrons can also be calculated from Bohr theory. Qualitatively, it is found that magnitude of velocity of an electron increases with increase of atomic number and decrease with increase of principal quantum number. This is all about the results of Bohr theory. Now, line spectrum of hydrogen using Bohr theory. Let's start. Children, line spectrum or line emission spectrum obtained from atomic hydrogen can be explained by Bohr theory. According to the second postulate of Bohr theory, radiation is emitted when electrons move from an outer orbit to an inner orbit. If I am saying the outer orbit is Ni and inner orbit is Nf, I can calculate the energy difference, which is known as delta E. And I am saying you, earlier we have studied, this is the expression, and by this expression we can calculate energy with the help of principal quantum number when an electron is coming from the outer orbit to inner orbit. Delta E value would be minus RH upon Ni square minus in bracket minus RH upon Nf square. So I would get this expression, and on substituting RH value in this expression, I would get this. And just now we have studied in the earlier video, the formula is delta E is equal to h nu, or we also studied wave number is equal to frequency upon speed of light, which is c. I can say here wave number is also equal to energy upon hc. On substituting energy value and h value here, I can find that 2.18 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 18 1 upon nf square minus ni square is the value of delta E. H value is 6.626 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 34, and value of C is 3 multiplied by 10 raised to 10. On solving all this, I would get wave number in centimeter inverse as 109677 in bracket 1 upon nf square minus 1 upon ni square. So children, this is the wave number for the line spectrum of hydrogen using Bohr theory. Now, limitations of Bohr model. Bohr's model failed to account the finer details of hydrogen spectrum observed in sophisticated spectroscopic experiments. Another drawback is he was unable to explain spectrums of atoms other than hydrogen. He did not explain why the spectral lines are splitting when they are studied in magnetic field or electric field. Where the splitting of spectral line in magnetic field is called as Zeeman effect, and splitting of spectral line in electric effect is called Stark effect. He was unable to explain these two. Bohr theory also failed to explain the ability of atoms to form molecules by chemical bonds. It was therefore thought that a better theory was needed to explain the salient features of the atom. Now, the last one. What are the reasons for the failure of Bohr's model? Children, with the limitations of Bohr's model for hydrogen atom, so many attempts were made to develop a better and general model for an atom. And this was possible that time because two important developments happened, and these two developments were de Broglie proposal of dual behavior of matter and Heisenberg principle. Children, these two we are going to study in next video. Thank you, children.